The Viking daggers have arrived, madame.
Thank you, dear.
Isn't it a lovely evening? I killed her.
You loved her.
Damn Viking daggers. I never should have let her drive home alone.
Once I dropped my purse at a street corner. When I picked it up, the light turned red. While I was waiting, I saw someone I hadn't seen in a long time. It changed my whole day. It changed my whole life. It changed everybody's life. That's how World War III got started. My fault. I dropped my purse.
What are you even doing here?
I'm just helping a new friend feel better about an old friend.
She was leaving the business, you know. We had just decided last night. Whole new life for Patty.
Yeah, she told me she was getting married.
What?
Her marriage in a few days. Oh, has he been told yet, her fiancé?
No, I don't know. I never met him. Must have been somebody new.
We'll get out of here in just a minute.
Okay.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes.
I was just telling Mrs. Colombo here. We don't have any information about a fur coat.
A coat?
Oh, I know you've forgotten about it. Your mink coat. You put it around Patty last night, and you didn't have it when you came back with the daggers.
Oh, I don't care about the coat. I don't know. I don't remember.
I don't know either, ma'am. Sorry.
Oh, I hope you don't mind my asking.
Oh, no, it was very thoughtful of you.
Hello, Sybil.
Hello, Richard.
Will you talk to me? The divorce was final this morning.
Midnight last night.
I know you wanted me, Sybil. Like a child wants a toy. And you gave me everything I wanted. But I just couldn't live like that anymore. That agreement you asked me to sign before we were married. A business agreement. Richard belongs to Sybil, but nothing belongs to Richard. It was humiliating. And so I left you. I just forgot to take one thing into consideration.
And what was that, Richard?
I love you.
Welcome home, darling.
Good evening, Miss Einstein. Good evening. Guess what?
What?
Bedtime is upon us.
Oh, Freddie.
It's a mathematical fact.
Why?
Because your father and I have some very important business to discuss. Daddy's coming home early for a change.
No, he isn't.
Excuse me?
He called while you were in the shower. He has to work all night.
He does.
Yes.
It's terrific. Well, how do you feel about caviar and lobster tails?
What's caviar?
Fish eggs.
Ugh.
That's what you think. Walk this way, please.
Is that caviar?
That was caviar. Door. You, I never want to see again. Get out! What's that?
A delivery man brought it. Do I still have to go to bed?
Not if you watch television.
Yippee!
Kate, dear, how can I tell you how touched I was by all your consideration? The coat you asked about wasn't in Patty's car at all. It was in mine. I'd forgotten she gave it back before she drove away. For me, it would always be a painful reminder of last night. I don't suppose we'll be seeing much more of each other. We both have our own lives to live. So please accept this little parting gift as a simple thank you.
You know, I'm not nearly as good at business as you are. No, that's true. I'm really not. But I could be a partner on paper, couldn't I? Not like that washout arrangement we had the last time. Do you think we could do that? Now that poor Patty is dead. Oh, I'm sorry. I know you don't like to hear about that.
All I want to hear about is you. And me. And our arrangement. May it always be just like this for us. Champagne in one hand and caviar in the other.
I'll get it, darling.
Ah, thank you, sweetheart.
Sybil!
Well, how does it look?
Smashing.
I thought so too, but I cannot accept it, and that's that.
Oh, Kate.
Have you met Richard?
Yes, at the door.
Ex-husband, recent.
Husband-to-be. Very recent.
Would you like some champagne?
Oh, no, thanks. I just dropped by to return Sybil's coat.
She gave you the coat?
Kate works for a newspaper.
A neighborhood.
Newspaper.
And she's doing a story on the business.
Must be some story. Well, I'll let you two ladies talk.
I think I've just interrupted a magic moment.
Yes.
You should have seen what I had planned for tonight. Well, I just wanted to thank you for the very nice thought. And you go on with whatever it was you were doing.
I'll get it, darling. Yes. Don't hit me until we read the story.
I'll bring you a copy. The story, before we print it.
Oh, I'm sure it'll be fine.
He is very handsome.
Yes, isn't he?
Good night, Sybil.
Good night, Kate.
Excuse me. Do you know who he is? That man in the doorway.
He's my father.
Oh. Excuse me. Were you a friend of Patty's?
Well, yes, I was her attorney.
Oh. Then you were very close to each other, I mean.
Well, we were planning her financial future.
Norman, the first race goes off at 1 o'clock, dear.
Oh, excuse me.
back.
You're back.
Thank you.
Oh, what a nice watch.
It's just to tell the time with. Want to swim?
Want your lady?
Sybil's on her way home. Can I help?
Maybe. I was at the funeral home yesterday.
Were you there? I didn't see you.
I saw you.
I did.
And Sybil. Saw everybody except the man.
What man?
The one Patty was going to marry. I mean, no suitable candidate arrived. Who is he?
Beats me. She was Sybil's friend. Why do you care?
The story I'm doing on the business. Patty's death is right in the middle of it. I'm just trying to make the pieces fit. It's like a puzzle. Make everything come out even.
All sounds very compulsive to me.
You think that sounds compulsive? You ought to see me in the kitchen. And so I had prepared the perfect feast in preparation of a night of passion, and the dog ate it. All of it. Whammo. Gone.
Beluga?
Oh, thank you very much, sir. No, it was lumpfish.
I remember. Before I married Sybil, there was this girl. Oh, she was a sensational girl. We were spending a few days at the Sultan's Palace in Palm Springs. The first night I wanted to make very special. I ordered caviar, champagne, everything I could think of. Turns out this girl was allergic to caviar. I have never seen anybody so sick in my whole life. I called the doctor. I spent so much time with that doctor that when we left Palm Springs, he asked me to write to him.
Oh, dear. School's out. Promised my daughter I'd teach her how to knit.
Do something grand. Like charter a private railroad car, tour the country in sybaritic luxury. What do you say? Do you like trains?
Richard. Where's your watch?
I must have left it by the pool.
Oh, darling. Where were you? Is it still there?
I was talking to your friend Kate. Over there.
Can you see it?
No. I don't think so.
Darling, it cost a fortune.
Syb, I'm looking.
I'll get it. Yes.
Richard forgot it.
Oh, you're an angel. We were just looking for it.
I was halfway home when I remembered he left it by the pool.
Cheers. Cheers.
Kate?
Kate.
Thank you, darling. Are you ready to plan our train trip?
I've been making plans ever since you mentioned it.
Ever think of moving your family to New York?
Is it that bad, Mr. Alden?
It's that good, Mrs. Colombo. I just think you ought to live a little closer to all these big magazines. One of them might devote an entire issue to fabulous Sybil and incredible Patty. However, if you'll consider running this exhaustive study, the Weekly Advertiser will have to cut it down a little.
How little?
500 words, I'll take.
Oh. I've got these pictures here.
Very nice, Mrs. Colombo. Pick one.
One.
One, singular. I'll run it in black and white.
One. Right. What do you think?
Nice.
Maybe this one.
Nice.
Mr. Alden,
Nice.
I wonder where I can get a blow-up of this.
Don't need to blow up. It's too big already.
No.
Oh,
I mean for me.
falling in love with your own word?
It's interesting.
Telephone Sybil, phone call for Sybil.
Hello.
Oh, Sybil, it's Kate Colombo.
Oh, hello, Kate.
Listen, I'm terribly sorry to interrupt, but I think I've got some very interesting news for you.
About what?
About Patty. Can I see you tonight? I'll meet you at your office. I can't get away until my husband gets home to take care of Jenny.
Kate, I have 4 affairs scheduled for tonight.
Aw, that's okay, Sybil. I'll wait for you. Thanks a lot. Oh, and give my regards to Richard, would you? Bye. Your secretary did all this. She said you'd insist.
I would have.
Beluga.
Ah, you're becoming quite an expert.
The gift of the Caspian sturgeon.
Tell me your interesting news.
Oh, about Patty?
About Patty.
Well, you don't have to blame yourself anymore for being responsible for Patty's accident. You don't even have to have any more bad memories about this.
I never should have let Patty drive home alone. Nothing's ever going to change that.
Oh. She wasn't drunk, you know. Wasn't the champagne at all.
No?
I think she was ill.
Oh, she would have told me.
Her allergy to caviar, lumpfish.
But Patty had never eaten lumpfish. Besides, there was only beluga at the party.
Except for one tray of lumpfish hors d'oeuvres. Remember, you asked me to carry the tray out of the kitchen.
Oh, Kate, that's not possible. Mrs. Fischetti only ordered beluga.
I'll tell you a secret. I sneaked one of those hors d'oeuvres myself.
Oh, did you?
From that very same tray. The one where you and Patty were talking. And it tasted salty. I remember I had to get a glass of water in the kitchen.
I'm going to have to speak to my crew about this. First, they mess up on the Viking daggers, and then they send the wrong caviar.
Oh, no. They didn't send it. I think it came in this jar. You see the little bits of caviar still in the jar? You see the lumpfish? Just one tray of lumpfish caviar in the whole party.
Huh. But where did it come from, your little jar of lumpfish?
It is the strangest thing, Sybil.
What?
I found it in the pocket of your fur coat. The one you tried to bribe me with, not to ask too many questions.
Kate, are you saying that I poisoned Patty?
Oh, no. Oh, no. Heavens, no. I think you were just trying to make her ill, to get her out to the car, to drive her to the train crossing.
Oh, that's a cruel thought. Why would I do something like that? More champagne?
Oh, thank you. Well, I think it had something to do with Patty's mysterious fiancé.
Ah, the one who never showed up at the funeral home.
Oh, he showed up, Sybil. He was with you. That day by the pool, when Richard forgot his watch, he told me about a girl he was with in Palm Springs, at the Sultan's Palace. Oh, before you were married. She was allergic to caviar, but the Sultan's Palace wasn't built until 8 months ago now. Do you think the girl could have been Patty? And the man she was going to marry was Richard.
And if he were?
Well, then, Patty's death wasn't an accident. Somebody murdered her. Did Patty take Richard away from you?
Maybe they deserved each other. But, Kate, now you know what time Patty was killed. I couldn't possibly have been there, could I? I was driving back to the plant for the Viking daggers, remember?
Oh, the lobster tails.
Yes.
The Viking daggers.
Yes.
They were in the truck all the time. The whole order for Mrs. Fischetti. You remember? I was taking pictures that day out by the loading dock. Well, there's the rack being loaded. I had this part blown up. The police did it for me.
Did they?
The daggers. The lobster tails. If they were on the truck, locked away maybe, then you didn't have to go back to the plant.
You know, you're very good at puzzles. But it's all very abstract. All puzzle, no proof.
But then there's the watch. To Richard, welcome back, darling. And the date. The day after Patty was killed. But you knew Patty and Richard were going to be married, and you couldn't know ahead of time that he'd come back to you the day after she died unless you planned to murder Patty at the train crossing. You planned it, Sybil, and you did it.
I see. How did you get Richard's watch?
Oh, it isn't Richard's. This one belongs to my husband's Uncle Nick, the commodity broker. Hello?
Sim?
Oh, one moment, please. It's Richard.
Yes, Richard.
Darling, I'm going to have to break you of this working habit. Wait until you hear what I have planned for tonight.
What?
Doors are locked. Telephone is off the hook. And you're in my arms. Now, what do you think of that?
Frankly, my dear, I don't give a damn.